Yamaha develops its oil alongside the engine it will be used in. There are various types of engines, and the jobs oil must perform also vary depending on the engine. Oil for car engines primarily serves as a lubricant for engine internals. But for manual transmission motorcycles, a single oil has to cover the clutch, transmission, as well as the engine. Also, with automatic models like scooters, their RPM range and heat generation subjects each drop of oil to extremely high stresses. Besides motorcycles, Yamaha produces engines for products like outboard motors, ATVs, and snowmobiles, which see even harder use in harsher environments. For a Yamaha engine to deliver 100% of its performance potential even in tough environments, its design and construction are key, but the oil aiding their operation is equally vital. So, the engineers who know Yamaha engines and their requirements best should develop the oil they will use at the same time. This is why Yamaha considers oil to be a liquid engine component. Motorcycle engine oil typically circulates the engine while performing multiple tasks in about 10 seconds. Yamaha doesn't have a specialized division for oil development. Instead, that job belongs to the engineers developing the engines. Oil development is done by engineers who understand both mechanical engineering and chemistry. To achieve excellent performance as well as reliability, engineers understanding engines and oil with the same levels of expertise are needed. To develop Yamalube oils, we put into numerical form the performance level required, as well as the base oil quality and additive blend to achieve it, and give that to the oil company. At times, we will create an experimental oil blend in-house to ask the oil company to create an oil with even better performance. Experimental oils refined at the plant are then tested on the actual engine. Today, the performance of an oil can be gauged by simply examining its specifications based on our wealth of data compiled over the years. But before that became possible, extensive bench testing of actual engines was critical. After running the test engine at full throttle for an extraordinarily long time, we disassemble it and check the components as well as the state of the oil. To ensure the engine stays in the best condition and returns everyone safely to port, Yamaha engineers have the lives of the people who will rely on it in mind as they work. The Yamalube story began with Yamaha's entry in the Road Racing World Championship. To advance two-stroke engine performance and win races, the keys were getting the right ratio of gasoline to oil and controlling it at each RPM range. Instead of pushing forward with conventional gasoline-oil lubrication, Yamaha developed a separate automatic oil injection system and achieved positive results. Adapting this technology for production motorcycles, Yamaha developed the Autolube system as the world's first separate automatic oil injection system for motorcycles. Autolube was revolutionary and changed the industry, but Yamaha naturally knew that drawing out its full potential would require equally revolutionary changes in the oil. So, Yamaha set to work on developing oil specifically meant for the Autolube system. The testing was extensive, from midsummer bench tests to test rides in the extreme cold. This resulted in the creation and sale of Yamaha Autolube oil, which showed almost no change in viscosity even at -28 degrees Celsius. These efforts were the origin of our future genuine Yamaha oil development, and what birthed the Yamaha practice of developing oil alongside our engines. Around that time, a new employee was assigned to the engine testing group. He majored in chemistry, making him a rarity at Yamaha. Soon after joining Yamaha, he was told, "Since you're a chemistry guy, make sure you also take a good look at the oil." So, in addition to developing engines, he began oil R&D entirely on his own. With no precedents or data to work from, he tested several oil analysis methods through trial and error. This eventually led him to thermal analysis. Being able to express an oil's base performance with numbers enabled educated guesses for what qualities the base oil should have and what additives would be good. This breakthrough allowed him to determine what oil qualities were really necessary for an engine. He then blended his own experimental oil and took it to an oil company with a request. "Please produce an oil equal to this one." This led to the creation of the highly acclaimed Yamalube Super Oil. It also led to Yamaha's development approach of having the engineers who know Yamaha engines best also develop the oil, and then having oil companies produce it. When Yamaha developed its first four-stroke motorcycle, the scope of engine oil development expanded to four-stroke oils accordingly. In 1967, marketing of genuine Yamaha oil for motorcycles under the Yamalube brand name began in the US. Later, oil for outboard motors began using the Yamalube brand as well. And finally, in 1992, Yamalube became a unified global brand. Yamalube is a rare case of motor oil formulated by the engine developers themselves and represents the culmination of over 50 years of R&D and dedication.
ヤマハがオイルの基本設計をやって、社内でオイルの性能を確認して、でそれをオイルメーカーに渡して製品として作ってもらうと。普通は逆だと思うんですけども、こういうケースっていうのは私の聞いた限りヤマハ以外ではなかったというふうに聞いてるんですけど、エンジンにとってオイルはですね、なくてはならない血液と一緒なんですね。体中をもう行き交ってますんで、やはりそれなりのオイルをちゃんと使わないと基本的には人間と一緒で長生きできないと。だからちゃんとしたきちんとしたオイルを選んで使ってもらうっていうのがエンジンにとっては一番の基本になります。
Yamalube oils are developed alongside Yamaha engines to be an ideal match, and they surpass user expectations across all kinds of uses and environments, whether riding on the track, around town, or on scooters. Some models use high-performance blue core engines, featuring Yamaha's diacyl cylinder design. To fully deliver on these engines' fun and eco-friendly character, using Yamalube oil developed specifically for them is essential. With the rider field test for Yamalube oils meant for supersport models, we see that the oil is drawing out the engine's full potential. And in a 300-hour engine bench test, big differences in sludge accumulation between Yamalube and other brands can be seen. All Yamalube four-stroke motorcycle oils meet JASO T903 regulations, which are more suited to motorcycles than the API standards for car oils. But only oils that also clear our much stricter in-house standards can be marketed as the liquid engine component that is genuine Yamaha oil. Yamalube is the only oil developed by the engineers who know their engines best. it must also bring out 100% of the engine's performance. This is the standard we adhere to when creating Yamalube oil. Yamaha manufactures motorcycles, outboard motors, snowmobiles, and more. And we develop genuine Yamaha oils for each type of product. Marine engines are naturally used in different ways from engines used on land, the foremost of which are the changes in engine load and the number of running hours. It is not unusual for a marine engine to be run at full throttle for hours on end, and any engine trouble or breakdown out on the water can put passengers in much greater risk than on land. Yamalube for marine engines is developed to exceed international standards. For it goes without saying that we see reliability as a paramount requirement. With snowmobiles also, the lives of the riders may very well depend on the engine. Engine oil for extremely cold climates requires special qualities and characteristics, chiefly the ability to fire up the engine in cold temperatures. Our snowmobile engines and oils are developed with tests in cold rooms exceeding minus 40 degrees Celsius temperatures. From there, repeated real-world tests in extreme cold environments are run and eventually result in a new, genuine Yamaha oil for snowmobiles. Yamalube brings out 100% of a Yamaha's performance and is a brand found the world over.
If you want the best for your Yamaha, you need Yamalube.
Use Yamalube. It's the best oil for your motorcycle.
You know, your ride will go the distance with Yamalube.
Each Yamalube oil is formulated to best suit your Yamaha.
Yamalube is the best for Yamaha.
Yamaha 机油世界第一
The best component for you.
A big yes, Yamalube.
Yamalube, saya pisan.
Yamalube, okay.
Yamalube, a liquid engine component.
Yamalube, it's a liquid engine component.
Yamalube. Yamalube.
Yamalube.
Yamalube.
Yamalube. Yamalube.
Yamalube.
Yamalube, it's a liquid engine component.
Created by the Yamaha engineers designing and building the engines. Yamalube's unique origins and growth in the quest for the ideal engine oil is what makes it a liquid engine component.